Hey guys, what's up? This is Lindsay Rauch and you're watching Faith Marriage Country. So, as most of you know, Matt has left for boot camp last week. Already it's been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. We thought that he was leaving on a certain day and already things have gotten changed since he's been there. So I definitely know what they mean now when they say in the military, be prepared to hurry up and wait. I did think that his whole time at basic training would end up being 12 weeks because we did hear that there would be a 2-week quarantine and then he would do his traditional 10 weeks of basic training. That is not entirely true, at least the way it was for Matt in our situation. He did not have to do 2 weeks of quarantine and then the 10 weeks of basic training. He just left, he went to processing, which is I guess normal. You would do that even outside of COVID. And then after processing, he ships out to basic training, even though the processing is on the fort. The things that changed is he finished all his processing, but basically I guess things took longer because of COVID. And so he did have to get delayed a week. I guess the bus left with whoever had finished processing, and just it so happened where he was at in line, he didn't get to finish his paperwork, not because of he did anything, but just where he was at in line, and it got delayed for a week. So now that's made his total time 11 weeks. Anyway, I just wanted to check in with you all. Only been about 7 days. It's definitely been an emotional kind of roller coaster, I guess, up and down. And so I just wanted to be able to talk about what I'm going through. And so if there's another military wife out there or girlfriend of someone who's joining the military, I just thought it would be helpful to know that you aren't alone and what I'm doing to cope. The thing that was really impressed upon me, when thinking about Matt leaving and the advice I've gotten is to stay busy. And that's even something that Matt and I truly believe, and I still do stand by. That's a great thing to do. You're just sitting around by yourself, that's going to be pretty depressing when it's already kind of depressing that your spouse or boyfriend or fiance or loved one is gone. What I found though, and what God's been really convicting me about, is there's a difference between staying busy and doing busy work. And I definitely don't want to find myself at the end of these 3 months feeling like, okay, I did a lot when Matt was gone, but what did I really do that was beneficial to myself, to my marriage, and accomplishing goals that I have or want to have for myself? And so I've really had to come to terms with, yes, staying busy, and yes, making plans, but not just saying yes to everything and not just staying busy for the sake of constantly doing something to distract myself. I want the time that I'm spending doing things or being busy to be investing into the things that I care about. So one thing that I've started to do is I've started going to a boot camp in town to work on my health and fitness. I can find an hour a day now to put that as a priority. Instead of just finding a new Netflix show, which don't get me wrong, it is okay. You're gonna be sad. I'm sad. Sometimes I just need to zone out and have a girls' night to myself or have a girls' night with friends. But I guess my point is you don't want to spend this time. This is a very rare time of life to have, especially as a spouse, on your own. And so when you get to see your soldier again, life is going to be very busy and it's going to be very go, go, go. I know for Matt and I, we know in the next couple of years, starting a family, that's going to totally change the dynamics. So what can I do in this time where at the end of 3 months, I'm going to be proud of myself and Matt's going to be able to see, I know he's proud of me no matter what. I don't need to do anything to earn that from him. But what can I do where it's like that time of my life was such a transformative time? And I think that really looks like asking yourself the hard questions, growing as an individual. So I've been journaling and trying to discover who I am as a woman and as a wife and who I want to be professionally, personally, and how I can develop myself, and asking myself those hard questions that in a day-to-day life you're too busy to sit down and think about. I already talked about how I'm working on my health and fitness, so I've been going to the boot camp and I've been eating healthier. I've been really holding myself accountable to, okay, now I only have to cook for one. I know when Matt's around, I'm really motivated to make really yummy casseroles, or we go out for date nights. Now it's just me, so I don't need to impress myself by cooking up some big meal unless that's something I want to do to keep myself busy. I do love to cook, but at the end of the day, it's easier for me to say, okay, I'm gonna eat healthier and I don't need to cook these really yummy tasting but maybe not so good for me meals. Another thing that I've been doing is making sure I start off my morning in my devotions, and if I'm gonna choose to do something to keep myself busy, making sure it's worthwhile. And again, I want to mention that does not mean you can't ever have those relaxing nights or watching Netflix or hanging out by a pool. That's not my point. I just guess my point is I think staying busy has brought on a new meaning for me, and I've really been convicted of what will I have to show for these 3 months. And so it's hard. It's been hard going to bed alone every night. I know I'm gonna have to get used to, and pretty soon that will just become my new normal. I've kind of talked about on social media how Matt has been so intentional since being gone to make me feel loved. He's left me a lot of reminders that I could hold on to, whether it be like a little Alexa, if I say that, she probably turned on, but announcements, sending me letters and gifts already, which is so sweet, and that has helped me a lot. But it has been hard, and some people say that as time goes on, it gets easier because you get to develop your new normal. And I also can see how maybe it gets harder because now it's not just been 1 week or 2 weeks without Matt, it's been 1 or 2 months without Matt. And for any of you spouses or families that are going through or have gone through a deployment, I would love to hear your opinion as far as, does it get easier as time goes on, or is it harder as time goes on because that's more time away? Anyway, that's my biggest encouragement. Stay busy, but stay busy with intention. That's what I'm holding on to. I've been so thankful for my family and friends who I have been able to now get more time with in this new season. And that to me has been really quality time. And that's just not busy work. That's really investing in my loved ones and in my friendships. And it's been a huge blessing to me. Quick little update as far as how I've been writing to Matt or what I've been doing this time. I have made so far, and I'm not putting the expectation on me, and neither has Matt put that on me, that I need to write every day. But so far I've had time in my schedule to that's how I end my night. So when I get into bed alone and I am missing Matt in those moments, I have my journal by my bed and I can just write him letters, talk about my day, and it makes me feel like everything that happens throughout the day I'm still able to share with him. Kind of in a journaling sense. And we also think that that would be really cool one day. These letters, yes, they're going to be our love letters we have for ourselves and to show our kids one day, but also it's kind of like our journal of us reading back and seeing, this journey and how it's been. So that's been a huge thing. I'd recommend journaling / writing to your loved one each night, especially when you're lonely, maybe like laying in bed. I'm really excited for my next video. I already have it lined up. It's called The 9 Lies That Marriages Believe, so make sure to keep your eyes out for that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give you an update, give you encouragement. If any of you ladies are in the same boat and are finding yourself with your husband gone now and not knowing what to do or how to feel, I'm right there alongside you, and let's figure out the best way to conquer this process together. And I'm excited to see how the Lord works in this time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit the like, I don't remember these buttons, Matt used to always do this. Hit the like button, subscribe, the bell, Instagram, Facebook, follow us. This is when I really miss Matt. He knows what to say, but thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon.